and help them to prepare ahead of this marital journey that they are about. I Do is a program that you must watch. This is where we teach you on what you need to know
or commandment or teaching that single, you are not supposed to.
In that very moment, I found the one.
Thank you for tuning in to Glorious Vision Television of the Apostolic Church Nigeria. My name is Tope Oginni, and I want to welcome you to Before You Say I Do. Before You Say I Do is a program designed for the singles, for those who are in a relationship, you're already in your courtship stage, you are engaged already, or you hope to be married someday. But as long as you have not said I do, Before You Say I Do is a program we designed for the singles. On Before You Say I Do, this is where we educate you, we enlighten you, we give you information, we equip you, we prepare you ahead of the marital journey that you are about to embark upon. We help you to have a blossoming relationship. We help you to have a godly-centered relationship, godly home, godly marriage. We give you tips on what you need to know. We guide you on everything that you need to know before saying I do. That is, before you go into marriage, what are those things that you're supposed to know? How are you supposed to prepare so that you already know what you are getting into? This is what we do. And on this program, we have different segments, to make it very interesting for our viewers who are watching us out there. And one of these segment is we have our recommended books. At the end of the program, we usually recommend books for your further reading. We have our relationship tips, useful tips that will guide you in the areas of your relationship. And we also have our Ask Tope Oginni, where we give our viewers the opportunity to ask any relationship question or any question on marriage or any challenges that they are being faced with in areas of their relationship. And also sometimes we do a solo presentation like this, and at times we come up with various guests to come and help us treat some of our topics. This is what we do. So if you are just tuning in, it is Before You Say I Do. It is a relationship program. It is a single program that will help you in the areas of your relationship. We talk about relationships, we talk about marriages, anything about relationship and marriages. And we also encourage our viewers to they can request for counseling. You can request for counseling. You can request for prayer requests via our WhatsApp number that is scrolling on your screen. We come on every Tuesday like this, and we treat different and various topics as it's affecting every relationship out there, so that you as a single, you'll be prepared. Forget about what you are hearing outside about marriage. We come here, we help to correct all those misconceptions that people are saying about marriage. We help you to have a Christian and godly-centered marriage. And our regular viewers, they already know what we do. I want to also use this opportunity to thank our viewers who have been watching this program. I want to thank you for your comments and your feedbacks. They only help us to get more better and to know more on what your needs are. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you. And I also want to use this opportunity for our regular viewers. If you can recollect, at the beginning of this year, I said we already got we already have notifications for various wedding invitations of people who God has done it for them, who God has said to them maritally. We mentioned several of them. One of them did his own about 2 months ago, and we've congratulated him and the wife on this program. And last week, Saturday again, we have another latest couple added to Before You Say I Do. And I want to say it that I'm so happy to be a part of this union, and I want to appreciate the lady, the sister, because it is the sister who regularly watches Before You Say I Do, and from there she introduced the program to the brother. But today they are no more sister and brother, but they are now married. So I want to use this opportunity to congratulate on behalf of the crew of Before You Say I Do. I want to congratulate Prophet David and Mrs. Blessing Sawaba, who got wedded last week Saturday 22nd May 21. Thank you so much. I pray for you that both of you will have a lifetime of joy and happiness together in good health in Jesus' name. May your marriage be blessed in Jesus' name, and it shall be fruitful in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Once again, on behalf of Before You Say I Do, I say happy married life. And for anyone that is watching, just know that your own Saturday is just around the corner, and it will surely come, and we will also congratulate you too. God bless you. So right now I want to go on this short break. When I return, please don't go anywhere. The program continues. Welcome back. It is still your delightful program, Before You Say I Do, the only relationship program on Glorious Vision Television of the Apostolic Church Nigeria, where we educate our singles, where we enlighten our singles, where we equip and prepare our singles, give them information on what they need to know before saying I do. And yes, we have come again as usual. Today, I want to talk about another exciting topic, another interesting topic. I want to give you some information. I want to open your eyes to some things that you will need as you are preparing to become a wife, to become a husband, to become a mother, to become a father. And this topic is very, very important, and I want you to be attentive to it and look into your relationship right now, look into your life. You know, on Before You Say I Do, we also help you to discover yourself before saying I do. Many people, we've observed that many singles don't even know who they are. All what they are running after is, I want to get married, I want to get married. And by the time they get married, they now get into the marriage and start seeing a whole lot of things that they should have known, what they should have studied before getting into marriage, you know. So I want to talk about habits, some habits that as a single that you need to learn while you are preparing to be a wife, to be a husband. Like I said, while you are single, there are some habits that you don't have, but you need to learn them. Because we have seen these habits causing troubles in marriages amongst couples who are already into this marriage of a thing. We have seen them causing troubles. And for you that you are still single, this is an opportunity for you to hear a topic like this and go and look into your own relationship and begin to reevaluate, to redo things, to correct things that are not right in your relationship before getting into that marriage. That is what I want to talk about today. And I'll be talking to both the man and the lady. I'll be talking the one that affects the man. I will mention it. The one that affects the lady, the sister, I will also let you know. And the ones that both of you need to learn before coming together, before becoming husband and wife, I will also mention it. So, talking about habits to learn while preparing to be a wife or a husband while single, while you are still single. Instead of now that you are single and you are not doing anything, instead of you to just make your only focus that I want to marry, you still have the opportunity to learn, to relearn some things that you don't know. So for God not to have given you a man now or a woman now, it is because God is looking at you that you are not yet ready. You are not yet prepared. To you, you feel that you are prepared, but to God, He knows that you are not. He knows that you are not yet there. And that's why I want to open our eyes to these things. Now, number one, you have to learn to develop an intimate relationship with God. You cannot enter into a successful covenant with a wife or a husband if you don't have a relationship with God. So the first thing first, as you are single now, is make sure you start developing a relationship with God. You will need it in your marriage. You will always need it in your marriage, because there are times that there will be challenges and you will need to call on God. If you don't have any relationship with him now that you are single, it may be very difficult when you are married to start learning that. It will be very difficult to start learning how to start having a relationship. You'll be struggling to do that in marriage. But for you not to do that now that you are still single, try and develop an intimate relationship with God. How do I mean? Develop a prayer life. Develop a prayer life and be dedicated to living God. Make sure that you have time for God. Make sure that in any church or that you find yourself as a lady or as a man, that you are committed, that you are active, that you have something that you are doing for God, that you are rendering your service in one way or the other. Let God know you, so that when you come to God in days of your challenges, your prayer will not be an abomination unto him. Your prayer will not be how do I put it now? Will not be pleasant to the ears of God. That, oh, you are just a fair weather daughter, a fair weather son. So try and make sure that now that you are single, try as a man. You know, this affects the men most. That's why people will always say when you go to churches, you see mostly the women in the church, because they will go, they will pray for their husband, pray for their children, pray for their husband's business, their career, their future, and all of that. That's why. But it is not. Marriage is meant to be the two of you are the ones who can make your marriage to work. It's not just the woman alone. So you as the man too, you should learn how to play your role in marriage. Don't leave your role or your responsibility to your wife. You must always be there together, to join hands together, to do all of these things. You pray together, you do your Bible study together, you serve your God together. Even when the children now start coming, then the children will now join. As a family, you now be serving the same God together. Now, then, another thing that you need to do is you must brush up your communication skills. Many of you don't. Communication is key in any relationship, even in everything we do. You cannot be having a challenge and you are assuming that she should know, he should know, or he should understand, she should understand. Some of you have a poor communication skill. You don't know how to communicate, you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to present your case, you don't know how to relate with people. You have that poor habit. Now is the time that you can do that. You can brush up your communication skills. If you know that you are having challenge in the area of communicating with people or even with your partner, now is the time for you to work on your communication skill. What is that area of your communication that people are always complaining about? Maybe you don't know how to talk. Maybe you don't know how to express yourself. You don't know how to present your case. You will need all of this in marriage. You will need to express yourself in marriage. There are times that things will not be okay. You need to speak up. There are times that you will need to discuss some certain things with your husband. There are times that there will be challenges and you will need to react. Your husband will expect you to react. Your wife will expect you to react. What is going to be daddy's reaction? What is going to be my wife's reaction? And you don't even know how to react to issues. So if you are having issues in the area of your communication, please try and work on it now that you are single. You don't have to wait till when you are even in a relationship to improve your communication skill. You don't have to wait till when maybe you are still single, you are not even in a relationship. How do you relate to it? Start from how do you relate with your neighbors? How do you relate with your colleagues at work? How do you relate when you are outside? It starts from there. You know that some things that will happen, how do you react to those things? So by the time you start seeing, maybe people start complaining about your reaction to issues, that's when you'll be able to know that, oh, I have a poor communication. That some people, their own is silent. They have this silent attitude. When things happen, they will not talk. You can't be doing that in your marriage. So if that is your own, that people will say he doesn't talk, he doesn't talk. I know you may say that is me, and there's nothing I can do. It's a lie. There's something you can do. And that's why you have the opportunity of hearing a topic like this. You can work on it. I'm not saying 100% for that, 100% you can do it, but at least you to make that gradual effort to work on your communication skill. What is it like? Is it poor, very low, very bad? Whatever it is, you will know yourself that you have a poor communication habit. Maybe when you are facing some challenges, you are the type that you like to keep it to yourself. You can't do that in marriage. You have to open up. If you don't open up and you are keeping things to yourself and you start having these smooth swings, it will not help your marriage. It will not even help your spouse as well. It will not, when you are not happy, your spouse will not be happy. So in order for that not to happen, for him to start, when he wants to play with you, when he wants to chat with you, you are not there, you know, because you are going through one mood swing or the other. Please, you have to work on your communication skill. If you know you are out there, you are still single, you are not married, and you are hearing me, please go and work on your communication skill. Maybe your own is when people ask you questions, you shout. You know how to shout on people, or you yell at people, and people have always been trying to tell you this aspect of your life that now, no, it has not come to that level now. I only ask you a question, and the question just needs a simple answer. So maybe that has been what people have been saying about you, the way you respond to questions or to people. Please, 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 and you are still single as a man or as a lady, you need to go and work on it. Or you are the type that you can nag people to commit suicide. Please, no, go and work on it. If you cannot do it alone, pray to God to help you. Be praying to God that this area of my life, I don't want to take it into my marriage. If it is affecting your siblings, affecting the people that are around you, then you should know that if you marry, it will also affect your spouse, your wife, or your husband, or even your children. They will be running away from you. Your children will not want to relate with you because they know that you are always nagging. Or when they ask you question, you don't answer question. You don't have time for that. No, please go and work on it. Then another habit that I want you to go and learn, if you don't have, is go and maintain a proper hygiene and learn some basic cleaning skills. Gone are those days that our parents raised their daughters. You know, the daughters are always the ones in the house doing all the house chores, doing all the work. The boys are out there playing ball or playing with their friends. They don't do anything because our parents sees them as the man of the house. That what is it? You are going to have your wife under you. You are going to be working. You are going to be bringing money home. So you don't have to be worried. You don't have to worry yourself about anything that has to do with house chores and all of that. But if you know, that is changing now. Because we have some men that are even helping their wives, that are assisting their wives at home. Maybe when the wife they have to go to the school, they wake up early in the morning, the husband is going to work, the wife is going to work, and the children have to go to school. The wife may be in the kitchen preparing the meals that the children will take to school, the husband will take to work, and you see the husband too bathing for the children, preparing the children for school. That is what is happening now. So now I said maintain proper hygiene, maybe as a lady. Because you are living a single life now, the kind of life you are living is, you know, we have some people that they can leave their undies unwashed for a week. They will leave it in the house because they feel that after all, I'm living alone, I'm not married. They can leave their plates unwashed for weeks. By weekend, they will come and wash it. After all, I'm the only one. I'm telling you, gradually, you are getting used to it. And if care is not taken, you will take it to your husband's house. That because when you were single, you are used to this kind of habit. You may be married to a man who is very neat and very organized. He may not take that from you. And even as a man, we have some men too who are not organized. They come back from work, they throw their shoes here, they throw their shirts there, they litter the house with all their clothes and everything. Yes, because you are single, you are doing that now. But please, hello, ma, sir, Try and work on this area. Go and learn how to do it. Gradually be conscious. As from now, when you come back from work or you come back from outing, and that habit of throwing your shoes and your clothes anywhere, why don't you be conscious again and say, what if some people comes to visit me and they see my house like this? Begin to pack them and put them where they are supposed to be. Nobody wants to marry a pig. Nobody wants to marry a pig as a husband or as a wife. I'm sure there's nobody outside there. Everybody wants somebody that is neat, that can maintain a proper hygiene. Or for some ladies, they may wear undies for weeks. They will not wash it. They will be repeating it. If you are married to a man who is very neat, there will be trouble. He will be quarreling with you every now and then over that. So please, from now, go and start learning all of this. You put on this in the bedroom for weeks, you will not wash this. You be using plates you use today, tomorrow, you left them unwashed. You cannot take that to your marriage. If you get married to a man who is very neat, who is very clean, he may not take that from you, and you may be seeing him as a man who doesn't understand. Maybe he's too strict, he's being wicked and all of that. You begin to call your spouse names that are uncalled for. Whereas it is you that you need to start working on that area of your life. So maybe that is your own, because yes, I can understand when people are single, they do a whole lot of things because nobody is watching. They are the one, they live alone. They are single, they don't have a partner, they don't have anybody that is checking on them. So they have that. That's why you see some men, when they are single, you see them, they may look unkept. By the time there's a woman in their life, you begin to see changes all around them, in their dressing, and you see their hair, you see them, they repackage. The lady will make them to be conscious of their appearance, and they work on that. So I am saying that maybe that is your own as a man or as a lady. You don't have a good dress sense, you don't take care of your hair, you don't take care of your body, you have mouth odor, you have body odor and all of that. Your nails are always unkept, with dirt and all of that. No, please start working on area of your personal hygiene. It is very, very important. And again, for a man, don't be going into that marriage that, after all, my wife will do all of these things. She will do the cleaning. She will do every house chore. She will cook. She will go to market. She will take care of the children. No woman wants to be a maid for her husband. No woman wants to be a maid. And I'm sure you too, you did not go to her house to take her as a maid. She's your wife. She's your helpmate. She's your companion. And as a result of that, you should be there for her. So you too, as a man, if you have that kind of a mindset, please just make sure that you erase that from now and go and learn that habit. Go and learn that habit of how after wedding you'll be assisting your wife to do some certain things. Not that you will sit in the sitting room and you cross your leg with newspaper in your hand, or you are watching TV and your wife is doing all the work. You will kill her. One day she will slump and you will lose that woman. But if you don't want that to happen to your wife, then you should go into that marriage that I will be assisting my wife where necessary, because she's not my maid. She's not my maid. She's my wife. She's my companion, and she's my helpmate. And for you woman too, don't go with the mindset that as I'm going into this marriage, my husband, if he cannot help, he's not your servant too. Don't turn him to your servant. If he helps you, he's just helping you. Don't see it as his responsibility or as his roles. Don't see it as his responsibility or as his roles. When he does that for you, please appreciate him. So you must learn that. You must learn to do that. So leaving all your bedroom unclean, or and all of that. No, you need to be able to pull your own weight in the household after you get married, and be able to clean. Be able to clean. So it's not something that is bad for you to help your wife as a man. Now, learn to cook. Cooking is very good. Like I said when a man or a lady is single, there are a lot of things that is permitted. But after marriage, it may not be any longer. And the reason be that because you are single, you feel that I am alone and I can do anything I like because I am alone. Nobody is checking on me. I don't have anybody and all of that. But I want you to know that whatever you are doing as a single, you get used to it and you will take it into your marriage unconsciously. It's not as if that you mean any harm with it. But because you just get carried away because you are single and you don't care about yourself, you don't care about anything you do. I am single, yes, nobody cares about me. Let me just do my things the way I want to do it. But remember, you may think that that is the way it will be going, and tomorrow God brings a man your way. Tomorrow God brings a woman your way, and you are ready to settle down. What will now happen to you? So the best time for you to learn all of this habit is now, and now that you are single. So like I said, as a single lady, there was a time that we said something here that a man had to call off a wedding because he discovered that the wife cannot cook, doesn't know how to cook. And somebody was like, how can he, because of just ordinary not knowing how to cook, call off a marriage? Well, the truth of the matter is, if somebody could call off a marriage because a lady could not cook, then it means that cooking, knowing how to cook, a good meals is very, very important in marriage. So as a lady, eating out while you are single will not work in your marriage. You cannot be married and be eating out when you are coming from work or from office or from your shop. You already branch at any of these eateries. You buy eatery food and bring it to your family to come and eat. That's not good enough. That's not even hygienic. That's not even hygienic, and it's not healthy. Let's assume that you already have children. Will you be teaching your children to be eating out every day? That is not good enough. So the best thing for you is, if you know you don't know how to cook, maybe you've cooked before and people have complained about your cooking. Now is the time. We have so many catering schools around that you can go there and learn all these delicacies so that you can enjoy your marriage, so that your husband can enjoy you, so that your children too can eat good meal. So it's very, very important. And again, it won't be good for you when you are married. And we have seen some married women, they will take all their children to mama put and they will be buying fruit one after the other that they will take to school. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. As a woman, you should know how to cook. You should know how to cook, especially because of health and because of your children that you'll be growing. You need to do that. I want to go on this short break. Please, when I come back, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. The program is still Before You Say I Do, the only relationship program that we design for singles. As long as you have not said I do, this program is a must watch for you. And today on Before You Say I Do, I've been talking about an interesting and exciting topic that will be very useful for every single that is out there that hopes to get married someday. And it's no other topic than I said I need to teach you some habits that you need to learn while you are single and preparing to be a wife and a husband. So I said today, on today's program, I'll be talking to both the man and the woman. What are those habits that you need to learn? And I've said so many for those of you that you are just tuning in. I've talked about that you have to learn to develop an intimate relationship with God. You have to establish your own prayer life, brush up your communications. If you know you have a poor communication habit, go and brush it up. If you know you have a bad hygiene habit too, please go and work on it. And before we went on that break, I was on learn how to cook, and I was addressing this area to the ladies first, that if you know you don't know how to, eating out while you are single is different from when you are married. You won't be able to do that. So if you don't know how to cook, if people have complained about the way you cook or the taste of your meal, now is the time for you to go and work on it so that your husband can enjoy a very beautiful and nice meal that will make him not to even, there's no food that anybody will bring at workplace that will entice your husband. Once he knows that he has a wife at home who knows how to cook, who knows all about all these different delicacies. Not that this person is used to a particular delicacy. You know, when you want to get married, you have to go and learn. You have to go and brush up that area of your life as a woman. I must tell you, because for the sake of your children, you can't be taking your children out. And like I said before I've seen married women that will take their children like 2, 3 to mama put, and they will be buying food one after the other that the children will take to school. When they come back from school, the same thing, routine will still repeat itself. What are you doing as a woman? And to think that such woman will be housewife that is staying at home, that should be cooking, that should have all the time to cook good meal for the family, they will not be there. That's not good enough. If you are lazy, go and work on that area of your life. That laziness cannot work in your marriage, because you are going into marriage to, even if you have not been doing anything as a single, when you get married, you will see that you will have added responsibilities, added roles that you don't expect, even unexpected ones that will be coming up in that, the ones that you do not even bargain for, you see them coming up in your marriage. So you should be prepared for all of this. So I said eating out is not good. Eating out will take money away from you, but when you cook, it will save your money. Going to buy food, you buy 1,000 food. With that 1,000, you can still buy something and prepare something small that you and your children, a family of like 2, 3, can still manage. You know, it depends on how you people eat, but at least you can still manage that. So it saves money, and it will even reduce stress, because you don't have to stress yourself by going to all these eateries to go and get. You can do all of. I know even cooking at home too is stressful, but at least it's worth the stress when you cook at home. Then, as a lady, I also want to advise, you know, buying biscuits, buying chichi, buying all the snacks for the children, or even at times when you have guests at home and you want to make meal for them. For the meantime, for you to finish your cooking, you can always give them all these snacks. And how do you do that? Go and learn all these pastries, how to make chin-chins, how to make biscuits, how to make chips with plantain. You know, all those plantains. You can go and learn all these things. I'm telling you that it will only add more value to you as a woman. And it will help your children. Once your children are going to school, you just put it in their lunch box. You put it in there instead of going to that chemist man or that store to go and be buying biscuits every morning, to go and be buying chin-chin every morning. You can always do that yourself and put it in the freezer or put it in the fridge, in a cooler. When you have visitors, they come to visit you and they said no, they don't want to eat anything. You can always put that on the table for them to eat. It's very good for every woman to go and learn this habit. Don't be lazy when it comes to, I know that some women that are lazy when it comes to cooking, but you don't know the man that God will be bringing your way. If God brings a man that loves good food, whose mother brought up with good food, you know you'll be having problem. And when the mother starts bringing food, you'll be the one that will be complaining. It is the mother that is cooking for him. When you as a wife cannot cook good meal for him, why will he not go to his mother's place and eat? Or why will the mother not bring? If you don't want all that to happen in your marriage, now please go and learn how to cook. Go and learn that habit of how to cook good meal. Then as a man too, these days we have men too who cook. My husband is on. My husband knows how to cook very, very well. Very, very well. He knows how to cook very good meal that you will eat and you will lick your fingers. I'm so happy for that and I appreciate him for that. God bless you, sir. So don't tell me that because I'm a man, it is my wife's responsibility to be doing the cooking. If it is your wife's responsibility to be doing the cooking, how come that we have some career women too, when they give you money, you collect the money from them? Why did you not say it is not your responsibility to give me money? Or sometimes when you have issues with your job, with your job or your business, and your wife has to be there for you, give you. Why didn't you refuse the money? So you too, you have to be up and doing as a man. I know a lot of bachelors now. I know a lot of single men now that their meal, the most important part of their food is bread, fast food, bread and butter, or some snacks outside. So as a man, you have to learn out, even if your wife loves to cook and makes the best meal ever, there are going to be times when she won't be able to. She will be pregnant, she will be tired, she will fall ill. Sometimes she has to travel, she will not be at home. You may be the only one that will be at home with the children. Will you now say because your wife is not at home and their mother is not at home, the children will not eat? So that's the reason why you too, you have to learn, if not all delicacies, at least you have to learn some basics of cooking. You have to learn some basics of cooking, and at times it depends on her career. She will work late. I could remember those days that I used to work late. Before even I get to, my husband will have prepared the meal. Even when I called her, oh, what's up, or what are we going to? He will just tell me, don't bother yourself. I've gone to the market, I've bought things, and I've prepared. Just come home and eat. Good. God bless that man. So you can also be that man too. You can also be that man too. I'm not saying that you should be something that you should make your responsibility, but at least learn it, because you will need it one day. You will need it one day to assist your marriage, to assist your home. And that's why you need to do that. At times she won't be at home. Maybe she has to go for family events. Maybe it's even your own family event, and she has to be there from Friday till Sunday. She will not be at home. You'll be the only one at home. How will you eat? Yes, you may say she will prepare the food, put it in the freezer. Even the one she prepared, you still have to warm it. There are some men that they can't do as easy as even warming meals. Some men cannot do it. So you have to learn. Some men cannot even do that. Even the meals that the wife has prepared and put in the fridge or freezer for them, just for them to bring it out and warm and eat, they cannot do it. So please, you have to learn all of these habits. If you don't have it, please learn it. If you know couples who are married and they are living a good life like that, please just get closer to them and see all of these things. Learn it. It is never too late to learn. The day you stop learning, according to a saying, is the day you start dying. And so that means that learning is continuous. It's a continuous thing till the day we gave up the ghost. So you can please do that. You need to be able to take care of yourself when your wife is not around. So some people don't even know how to know pots. They don't know this one. This pot can be used to make stew. This one can be used to make rice. This one can be used to fry things. Some men don't even know because they don't enter the kitchen. All they do is to come back from work and sit in the sitting room. They bring their food for them or sit at the dining set. You should know. You should know, because of the day your wife is not going to be at home or she's pregnant and she's in the hospital, you have to eat. Will you now go back to your bachelorhood and start eating out again because your wife is ill, because she's pregnant, because she's in the hospital? No, now. You can always learn this basic. Even from your wife now, you can do that. Then, learn to live within your means. Learn to live within your means. There's so many people that that they are guilty of this. Learn to live within your means. Whatever resources that you have, live within it. Don't go borrowing. Don't go into debt because you want to show off, because you want to be there. No, live within what you have and let people learn to respect you for that little that you have. Don't because of anybody go into debt. Don't because of anybody do outside your means that you'll be the one that will be suffering for it later. So you don't buy clothes that you know that you cannot afford. Don't buy shoes that you know that you cannot. Don't go and rent an apartment. I know some men too, because they want to show off. They can go all out there. They know they cannot afford self-contained. They know their money, they can only afford the room. Rent your room. Let her know that that is what you can afford. By the time you are single, if you don't learn to live within your means, it will affect you in your marriage. You are the type of man that when you have, because you see somebody in a very big car, you too, you want to buy that car. You want to go all out there to get money to buy that car or to do that thing. My friends, they have started building houses. Me too, I have to build a house. Live within your means. Live within. So go and learn that habit. And for ladies too, we have some married women that they are not living within their means or the means of the family. They want to do things outside the means of the family. Your husband said, I don't have money for this particular thing. You are all on him that he must do it. No. Learn to live. If you have that kind of habit that you are always living outside your means, it's not good though. Please go and stop it and don't take it into your marriage. Learn to live within what you have. Do what you can afford, not what you cannot afford that you have to put yourself into debt because you want to please somebody or you want to do show off. No. That's not good enough. So you must learn to live with what you have. Then learn to do laundry, learn how to sew, learn how to mend clothes. You know, for a lady, I am not saying that you have to go out there and go and buy a machine. That's not what I'm saying. No, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that you have to go out there, go and start learning fashion designing or tailoring. But I could remember when I was growing up that my daddy taught me something, and that is how to use the needle to mend, to do some minor problems that I have, like your zipper, like your torn skirt, your button. You should be able to fix your button. What if your children are about going to school and you just discover that their button pulled off? Do you have to go about and be looking for tailor at that early morning? Instead of doing that, if you know how to use your needle, just get your needle and your thread and you mend the button. The boy can go to school. Even if it is your husband that was about going to work in the morning and as he's trying to button, the button just blew off. You can always get a needle and a thread and do it for him that morning. And off he goes to work. That will not cause any delay or any disturbance from him going to his work. So what I'm saying is that for a woman, you should learn how to sew little by little, how to fix buttons, zippers, how to fix tears, clothes that tears, you know. You should be able to do that for the sake of your husband, for the sake of your children, and even for your own sake. When you have to go out and you got to that point that you just discover that, oh, what happened to this cloth and I didn't know. Will you now, because of that, now call off the important meeting or the important place that you want to go? So, as a woman, please, you should go and try to learn how to do. Even as daddy too, daddy can do. I said my dad taught me how to do that. And you know, for those who did home economics, they taught about all of these things, you know, how to sew, how to use needle and thread to sew apron. If I want to do apron now, I don't have to go and give it to tailor. I can always do an apron myself. So there are some basics sewing skills that you as a mother that you can learn now, because it will be useful in your marriage and it will be useful for the members of your family when that need arises. So then for some people, I don't know how to work. Thank God for washing machine. Yes, I know. But the day your washing machine will have fault and you don't have money to go and give it to people that will wash it for you, what happens? Will you not use your hand? Yes, you can learn how to do that for the sake of your marriage. Now, another thing that I want you to learn again as a single. Now, I know you are doing all things by yourself. If you want to go out, you don't need to tell anybody that you are going out because you are all living alone. If you want to buy anything in your room or in that house that you are, you don't need anybody's consent to do that. You can just go to the market and buy your fan, buy your TV. You don't need anybody to tell you the make that you should buy because you are single. Now, this habit that I want you to learn is that you should learn that once after wedding, you can't be doing that again. Now you have to learn how to be planning together with your spouse. Forget when you were single. So because we are also having this issue in marriages where a woman will say, my husband did not tell me before he buys the car. The wife will say, the husband will say, my wife did not tell me before she did this. No, you are now one. Immediately after your wedding, you become one. You think together, you take decisions together, you sit down and plan together the future of your marriage, the future of your home, the future of your children. So if you don't have that habit, if you have always been having this habit of doing things by yourself, doing things all alone, it won't work in your marriage. You will only be giving stress to that woman or to that man in that marriage. You will only be giving stress to that man and that woman in marriage. So I want you to go now and start learning that habit. I know some people do it unconsciously because it is something they have been used to before they get married. So getting married now, maybe at times they would have taken that decision before they now realize that, and I didn't discuss with my husband, and I didn't discuss with my wife. But I'm now telling you that you should be conscious of this because it's normally cause issues between husband. It normally cause issue between husband and wife, between couples in marriage. So that's why I'm saying that you may be used to planning your life without considering the needs of the other people. It won't work in marriage. If you have to plan any vacation now, you have to consider your wife, your children, you have to consider your family. If you want to buy anything in the house, you want to buy a TV set, you want to buy a washing machine, you want to buy anything in that house, or you want to buy a house, you have to consider your wife and your children. You don't have to be selfish. You don't have to think about yourself alone. So you have to start learning that habit of carrying your wife, your spouse along, even while you are single now. You have to start learning that habit so that it will not be affecting you when you are married. So supposing you want to buy a car, your wife too will have her own particular model of car that she likes, and you too, you have your own. But the only thing that can make it easier for both of you is to sit down and put your heads together and talk together that we want to buy a car for the family. What do you think? It's not that you just go out and say you want to surprise her and you come home with a car, and instead of you expecting her to appreciate it, and she just gets pissed off that what kind of a car is this? This one is this, because you didn't tell her. So you must go and start learning that habit now, that when I was single, I was single. I behaved like a single. Now I am married and I have to start behaving and reasoning like a married man, that we are now one. Carry her along and carry him along. It's very, very... You may be thinking of buying a small car. Your wife may be thinking that you should buy a SUV, a family car that can take you and the children, even though you may not have start having children now, but your wife is planning for the future, that by the time we start having children, we are going to work, we can drop our children at school. So that's why it's very important. You must go and learn that habit of, maybe some men will tell you that, I grew up with that. That's how my father does. My father doesn't carry my mom along. Do you want to run your own marriage the way your father runs his own marriage? No, you have your own life to live. So what's the plan for your own life? What's the plan? What plan do you have for your own marriage? So it's very, very important. Another one is that you must be a problem solver. Be a problem solver. Be a problem solver, both of you. There will be challenges in marriage. Oh, yes, marriage is sweet when you are with the right person, when you are with God-given man and woman. Marriage can be very sweet and very interesting. Very interesting that you don't pray that anything should happen to either of you, because you both love yourself, because you both understand each other, and you know this marriage for you is heaven on earth. But the truth of the matter is that even at that, there will be challenges. There will be challenges. There will be times that you will lose job. There will be times that you will lose money. You will lose business. There will be times that one party will be healed. there will be different kind of challenges in marriage. So you must learn to be a problem solver. Not when you are single. You know, when you are single, if you see something that is bigger than you, or something that wants to overwhelm you, you will rather say, I don't want to wahala, let me just leave this one. In marriage, it cannot be left. Oh, you have to attend to it. My brother, my sister, you have to attend to it. So go and learn how to be a problem solver. How to be a problem solver, not running away from problem. That's what I mean. Learn to be a problem solver and not running away from challenges of marriage, because they will surely come. It may be in-law problem, it may be friend problem, it may be a societal problem, and you just have to be there as a wife and as a husband for each other, and even as parents for your children. You cannot, because of that, run away. So from now, go and start learning that habit, that I cannot be a faint-hearted in my marriage when problems or challenges arises. You must learn how to try, even while you are single now, try and start learning how to resolve issues. Now that you are single, maybe neighbors, maybe family issues, maybe work issues, go and try and be learning how to resolve them. From them, you are teaching yourself, and you are preparing yourself for your marriage. Thank you so much for today's episode of Before You Say I Do, and I believe that you have been really blessed by this topic, and I know that you will try and look into them and apply them into areas of your relationship that will extend to marriage. So quickly, on today's episode of Before You Say I Do, our recommended book is 5 Habits of a Healthy Marriage. You want to know how to have a healthy marriage. What are those habits that you need to cultivate while you are single? Go and get a copy of 5 Habits of a Healthy Marriage by Ryan Frederick. Thank you so much. This topic is a series, and I want you to know that we'll continue on the remaining parts next week. So I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of Before You Say I Do, and I want to thank the production crew for making it a great success as usual. Thank you so much. I want to thank our viewers. I want to thank those who are our regular viewers, and I want to appreciate every one of you. And again, you have an opportunity to watch on our Facebook page. Just type Glorious Vision Television on Facebook, and you can watch Before You Say I Do. You can also watch our past episode. Perhaps you want to know more about Before You Say I Do. You want to watch our other videos, our past videos. Just go to Facebook, type Glorious Vision Television. You can have the opportunity of watching our past episodes of Before. And if you have any questions on our previous topics, or you have any issue you are facing in your relationship and you need counseling or prayer, please don't hesitate to drop it on that WhatsApp number that is scrolling on your screen. Thank you once again. Until I come your way again on another episode of Before You Say I Do, I remain your host, Tope Oginni. Don't forget, on Before You Say I Do, we help you to take the right decision before saying I do. And bye for now.
I've never been so sure of anything before. Just like I'm in this moment, I was alone would be enough. Just take my hands and take mine, 'cause I will always love you through anything I'll do. To back on different segment, you know, for the engaging about marriage. Tope, Oginni, you know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about God.